Hello guys! Welcome back again to my channel. It can be your adventures, and we're here actually in Bristol, England, and this is our second day here. And before we leave our accommodation here in Bristol, we will have another interesting topic for you guys. And before anything else, for those of you who haven't subscribed yet to my channel, It Can Be Your Adventures, please hit the subscribe button and also the call bell for further notification. And get on board. Of course, a lot of topics regarding my life here in the UK and anything and everything under the sun, all about my travels, adventures, and journeys all over the world. So let's jump start to our vlog for today. So I've got here my very good friend all the way from Spain, but he's now based here in London. And you know what's interesting? Because we're gonna discuss about the difference about nursing in Spain and nursing in the UK. So let's start. So, Carlos, just give our viewers like a bit of information about yourself, how you came to the UK to practice as a nurse and how many years have you been in the UK?
I've been in the UK for 4 years already, and the first place I arrived when I came to the UK was Birmingham. I was working in a renal unit, and then I came to cardiology in London.
All right, so he's been here for quite a while actually, and actually I wanted to know, we'll just actually divide this topic in different aspects so that we will actually have specific views and perspective in terms of how nursing in Spain is different from nursing in the UK. So let's start with with qualifications. So how do you become a nurse in Spain? How many years does it take for you to have to qualify as a nurse in the UK in Spain?
It takes 4 years.
Takes 4 years, and then do you need to take special exams like what international nurses here in the UK do, wherein they take CBT, OSCE? Do you still need to take all of this stuff in Spain or no?
We don't have to take any exams, any board exams to practice as a nurse. The only thing we need to take if you want to become a nurse in the UK is IELTS at the moment.
Yes.
And that's all.
Yes, and actually also I think you also need like a permanent settlement as well, which is very, very important, when you go to UK as a nurse. And I guess that's also like one of the differences actually when you practice as a nurse in Spain and when you practice as a nurse in the UK. Is there also like a challenge for Spanish nurses when they come to the UK in terms of language? Do you think they can, when you go to UK for the first time as a Spanish nurse with no experience at all, do you think it will be easy for you to cope or not? Or it depends?
Depends on your level of English.
It depends on your level of English. So that means before you go to UK, you might probably have to practice first probably your English and maybe a little bit of like exams before you come to the UK so that you're going to be prepared. Because actually, Spanish nurses in the UK comprises actually the major population of the nursing force in the UK. Because a lot of Spanish nurses also come to the UK to work. Because is there any like overflow of nurses in Spain? That's why they come here. Or is it because they wanted to come to the UK to join the workforce just because they wanted to experience and go back to Spain? Can you give light to our viewers about it?
Mainly because the conditions in Spain are different from UK, and usually the work in UK, the job as a nurse has better conditions than in Spain. So people want to work here, gain experience, and then when they've got a few years or a few months of experience, then they'll come back to Spain.
All right. So now we'll go to working conditions for Spanish nurses in the UK. What are your views? What are the differences, and what is like the similarity if there is any? What like the working conditions in Spain, was it like really hard in terms of like patient ratio, in terms of the patients that you get from here in relation to how many nurses will look after how many patients?
Basically,
No.
there are three things different from the Spanish health system to the English health system. The first one is the ratios. patient to nurse, and usually you'll have in critical care you'll have at around 1 to 2 patients per nurse. And then in the ward you'll have around 8 to 10, but that depends
That's
on
a
the
lot.
service. Another one is the contracts, the length of the contract.
Yeah, that's one thing that our viewers actually you listen to this one, because this one I find really interesting, which is, well, I've never heard conditions in terms of contracts and in terms of the tenure or the service that you are to work into when you are hired as a nurse in Spain. So can you tell more about like these contracts? Because for me it's very interesting. It's something new actually. You know about the contracts. You know that you only like out for like 3 months sometimes. Depends on your experience.
Exactly. So normally they last few months. Depends on the experience you have. It's not very good sometimes because they can send you wherever in any kind of service. So you might not have experience in the service you're gonna work in, and then you might find it really tough because you'll have no training previously, so you'll have to come a few days before you're starting the contract to learn about the service and to learn about how they work there. That happens in a lot of places in Spain, right? I'm not saying that happens everywhere, but happens in a lot of places.
A lot of places. So that actually is very interesting because their contract depends on your experience as well. So if your work experience is quite short, so expect that your contract will be probably like around 3 to 6 months, and then you have to gain more experience for you to have probably more time in contract. That's one of the special things about nursing in Spain actually. And you know, can you tell what do you think is one thing that's very very special that you think is not present in nursing in the UK that is present in nursing in Spain?
So I think one of the things really is that really it plays on your favor when you are working as a nurse in Spain, is that you can practice any kind of technique when you are in your placement. So when you finish your placements and you are already a nurse and you can practice, you can do anything without training. So your work is gonna be much more quicker, smoother, and you're gonna enjoy more working as a nurse because your progress is gonna be straight forward, very quick.
So that means that when you are already hired in the hospital, no need for training. They're just gonna subject you, give you patients automatically, and there you go. You work straight away day one.
Exactly. So if you don't know how to do something, obviously they will teach you. And there is always a member of the staff, a member of the team that will help you doing the technique and teaching you the right policy. But if you know how to do it, you can do it.
Oh, so that's actually different when you practice nursing here in the UK, because in the UK everything is regulated. So you can't just do things, even simple giving medications or even giving paracetamol to patients, if you are not found competent in giving oral medications, or if you haven't attended a training on medicines management. So actually that's way too different because, you know, probably it's just the regulations that's quite too different. But in terms of like competency, you know, I've worked with a lot of Spanish nurses and they are really competent with the work, and they're very dedicated in terms of how they care for patients, and they're, you know, they're really efficient in terms of delivering a quality service to patients here in the UK. So if here in the UK we have healthcare assistants, I know you've got healthcare assistants, but is there any other positions or any other personnel in Spain that helps nurses or helps nursing assistants?
Yeah, so we've got a few positions, more or less similar to the jobs that exist in the NHS in the UK, but there is a few differences. And we've got something called porters, but it's not porters really. So they help turning patients. They help.
Only turning. Only turning.
Yeah. So they help turning patients. They help bringing the supplies to the ward, and they help all as well to like transferring the stretchers and the beds all around the hospital. But there is a curious fact about them. but they help turning patients when they come to turn patients and they come to turn heavy patients. They don't help cleaning them up. They only sustain the weight, stay there, and then when you finish,
That's interesting.
then they go. And also they are on call, so they are not based on the wards. They are always on call. They have their own office, and there is a team of porters, and then they come and do the job only when required.
So what are they called?
And they're called celador.
Celador. Imagine. So, actually I learned about this actually like I think yesterday when we were talking about the status of nursing in Spain and how different it is in practicing nursing here in the UK, and I found about the celador, and it's really interesting because this celador, they're actually doing a proper course for this one to be a celador. Imagine, so you can't just go and subject yourself to work in a hospital without proper training about probably handling equipments and handling patients, turning patients, because here in the UK we don't have the celador. It's just like the nurses and healthcare assistants who will work hand in hand to like turn patients, to clean patients. So we don't have, well, porters. We've got porters, but porters are there to like help push beds, carry stocks, or push wheelchairs, but not really to the extent of like only calling them just to like turn patients. So this probably is like one of those interesting things that you can probably compare with practicing nursing here in the UK and practicing nursing in Spain. So for all of those Spanish nurses who are planning to like go to UK, what is probably the most important piece of advice that you can give them if they wanted to practice nursing in the UK? Or probably any parts of the world. Let's just, not limit ourselves to like UK, but if they wanted to like practice like in an English speaking country.
I would say two things. First of all, the language. It's not the same when you study at high school and when you come here. It's quite different. And also to expect that the health system in the UK doesn't work the same as the Spanish system. So they need to be a little bit patient when they come for the first time, because the trainings are slow, take time, and it's not like in Spain that you can do everything as soon as you come out with a degree. So
I think that's very, very important, because the thing is, I've got like an experience wherein I've worked with Spanish nurses who came here in the UK to work, never expecting that they will be like culture shocked. So they were like so shocked with how culture was, because in the end it's so difficult for them to cope, and then towards the end they gave up, and I need to like go back to Spain. I'm not used to this type of culture. And so very, very important, you have like probably a really good a mindset before you come here in the UK. Do more research on the country that you target to come, and see what qualifications or what documents or what measures we need to like comply and to fulfill in order to like work internationally, because it's way too different. It's probably good to like have a think about targets or the things that you wanted to like achieve, not only like to gain experience in your home country, but also when you come to country to practice, because to tell you honestly, it's really, really challenging, because it's way too different. Everything's different, but it's all up to you to like really make your way out, to really adapt to different cultures, and to really get on with the challenge, and open for criticisms as well, because we're not perfect, and there's always room for improvement. So it's never the end of the world if you don't know something, because here in the UK everything can be learned actually. So there are a lot of people who can help you out, who can support you in your journey to become nurses here in the UK. Thank you so much, Carlos, for like imparting your perspective, your insights about how nursing in Spain is way too different in the UK, and what are the similarities, and giving our viewers some tips and some insights on how they can start off a career as a nurse in the UK. Guys, if you are planning to like go to UK, whoever is listening to this vlog from Spain, Spanish nurses, so we're encouraging you to like, if you really wanted to pursue a career in the UK, go for it. Don't hesitate, because for sure you will always get by, and there will always be people to help you in your journey to becoming a nurse here in the UK. So see you on the next adventure. Bye.